Did I lose my stitch markers already? Oh, well, that would be how. Well, I'm sure the dog will find the other stitch marker that I dropped before I will. Such a shame. Hello! I just realized that my space heater is noisy. I'm just gonna click that off. Yeah. I did not realize how loud that was for you all. It's freezing here. I'm freezing. But hello, everyone. Hello. Hi. What's my favorite color? I always like to say dark blue. I used to be, well, you would think it's navy blue. You would think it's like a light blue considering so many light blue things I crochet. I am currently working on a pattern that I designed. I actually have the sample here. So I made this last night, 2 nights ago. I have 3 different crochet tops that I sell on my Etsy shop for custom orders. And I was scrolling on Pinterest the other day and I saw an inspo pic that was really similar to this, and I was like, oh, well, I can make that. So I used the bra cups that I already use for my other crochet tops, and then I just did a diamond mesh stitch coming from the bottom, and then I did some single crochets around the edge and did little picots on the corners. I was thinking of sewing, like, you know those little seashells that you see hanging off of people's crochet stuff? I was thinking of sewing the little seashells at the tips of it. I don't know. Let me know if you think I should put the seashells along the edge, if you think that would like kind of take this look up a notch. I'm not sure yet. But that's the only one of that I've made so far. So I'm making another one in white just to make sure that like my pattern actually works. Oh, yes, the sweater is actually warm. I used a large crochet hook and thinner yarn, so you can see through this a bit, so it's just breathable enough while still being warm. You're so pretty and talented. Thank you. Is anyone else in here a crocheter or fiber artist of any kind? You're a fiber artist? Do you do crochet? Do you do knit? What do you like to make? You know how to crochet? That's awesome. Is there a certain type of like items you like to make? Are you into like hats or accessories? You like making flowers? I dropped a tutorial last week on how to do crochet roses. I actually have some of the little ones that I made next to me on my desk. I really thought that I was gonna get into these and make like a ton of them, but it ended up being so much work wrapping the yarn around the stems, and like I had to crochet around this really thin floral wire. So these are really only for myself, but I did post a tutorial on how to make the roses that you see in this center right here. Thank you. What's the best thing to crochet for beginners? That's a fantastic question. I feel like a cliche answer would be a scarf, because it's literally just go back and forth with pick a stitch that's comfortable for you, pick a yarn that's comfortable for you, and just go back and forth as much as you want. So definitely a scarf. But basically, once you learn how to crochet a rectangle, you can make so many things. You learn how to make a rectangle, you can make an ear warmer, you can make a hat and stitch it across the top, and you have one of those cute cat ear beanies. You can make a scarf, you can make hand warmers. There are so many things that you can make just once you learn how to crochet a square or crochet a rectangle out of whatever stitch you like or whatever stitch is comfortable for you. Honestly, I could probably make a whole video out. You could like inspire me. I could probably make a whole video out of things you could make just from knowing how to make a rectangle. There's a creator on YouTube, Belle's Crochet. She made a video about how you can crochet any sweater once you know how to make a square, and it's 100% true. Like, you can make full-size sweaters once you know how to make a square. You're trying to learn how to make plushies. That's the one area that I cannot get into. I don't know why. I don't have anything against it, and I don't have anything against people who like to do like the amigurumi, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's just not for me. It's really just not for me. I feel like it's hard too. That's kind of what's deterring me from getting into it. Oh, you're welcome. He said thanks for the ideas. Definitely get started jumping in on YouTube. There are things that I learned when I first started crocheting that my grandmother taught me, and then everything else from there, I go to YouTube for it. I've learned so much. There's even, like, if there's a certain crochet skill or crochet stitch that I forget, I just go back to YouTube and learn it again. It's honestly such an amazing resource for creatives, especially someone learning something new or like a new skill. My yarn is splitting and not participating with me right now. If you're in the chat, go ahead and like the chat and subscribe, please. The flowers in the back. Yes, so, okay, what do I have behind me? I have more in front of me that I can't even show on the camera, but behind me I have a snake plant here. I have a very large monstera that's in front of me, but this is a clipping from that monstera that I put in a jar of water. Another snake plant down there, and then this little guy you see over my shoulder, and this guy with all the pink flowers, that is a Thanksgiving cactus, and it is January. So depending on the climate that you have a Thanksgiving cactus in, or any Easter cactus, Christmas cactus, they're supposed to bloom during that time of year where, like, what they're named after. But the way I'm in a sunroom, it gets so cold, it gets so hot. The weather in this room is so unpredictable. That's why I had a space heater on at the beginning of this live. that the plant essentially got confused because it was so cold in here that finally I started sitting in here. After winter break, I started sitting in here to work every day with the space heater running. It got warm enough that the plant's like, oh, I should probably bloom now. So that's been fun to deal with. What's my favorite flower? That's a fantastic question. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with flowers. And all of my tattoos, every tattoo I get, it has to be flower based. I love flowers. Probably, oh gosh, probably daffodils, because they're like my birth month flower for March. My first tattoo that I got had a daffodil for my birth month flower. And then I also like peonies, and I really like lilies. Why? What's yours? What's your favorite flower or house plant? Because you don't have to always be a flowering plant type person to say they're into plants. But what's your favorite? Tulips. Oh my gosh, beautiful. One day, bucket list item, one day in my life, I want to go to, I think it's the Netherlands. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's the Netherlands, but isn't that the place where they have like the fields and fields of tulips? Like obviously there's tulip farms like in the United States where you can go to and get like pictures in the fields of tulips, but like no, I want to go there and see the fields of tulips and like run through the fields in a flowy dress and take pictures. Like absolute bucket list item. Lilies, yes, absolutely. Lilies are beautiful. And funny enough, I didn't always like lilies. I feel like when I was younger, there were lilies in the front yard of the house I was in growing up, and I didn't like them. And then like just the lilies that I don't like, the ones that grow with like the little shoot off leaves the entire stem the whole way up and they kind of look spiky, not my favorite. Not my favorite. Those specific lilies, not my cup of tea. If anyone's new in the chat, please say hello. I definitely feel like I missed a stitch somewhere, but you know, I'm really gonna keep it pushing through this thing. I've just been yapping so much today, honestly, in this live and in the live earlier, that if I wasn't talking so much, I'd probably be done this top in one sitting. It's like I'm talking so much that I'm actually like confusing myself on if I've got all the stitches all on the bottom. Aw, thank you. You're so sweet too. I love that you're interacting and asking questions. Hanging out with me. I'm really just going to town in the wrong stitches. Like, pause. Give me a second. Because there's no reason why I keep messing up this stitch. Thank you. My little dog has decided to enter the room, enter the chat. Hello. Don't know what he's running from. Taco, do you want to make a cameo? Come here. Come here. Oop. This is my little guy, Taco. He's a little grungy right now. He needs a haircut. But, oh my goodness, you're cold. Go lay on a blanket somewhere. You're cold. Thank you. His name is Taco. Yes, my son. It's my son, Taco. See, I would love to find... Oh my gosh, I found the stitch marker that I dropped at the beginning. Stop. Yeah, this was going to end up in the dog's mouth if I didn't find it. His name actually, so when I got him, I have another dog. She will not be making an appearance. She's asleep. But I have another dog, and her name is Belle. And I knew that when I got a second dog, I wanted to name him after a food. And I was like, okay, well, how can I name him after a food, but also like have some continuity in the names in the houses? So I actually have Taco Bell. So the boy is Taco and the girl is Belle. So I have Taco Bell at home. Okay, at this point, I can't possibly mess up any more stitches. So, if anyone's curious, I'm at the part in the top where I made the 2 broad cups earlier today on my earlier stream. I did a row of single crochets connecting them across the bottom, and now I'm just doing another row of single crochet to make sure it's nice and sturdy in the underbust area. And then I will go across and add the diamond mesh stitch. That's more of the decorative piece that lays down the front. All right, I have some viewers in here. What are you all up to? Are you all working on anything? I know it's like a Monday night and it's freezing outside in most of the country. What are you all up to? What are you all doing with your night while you're sitting here with me crocheting? Oh, you're crocheting a scarf? Awesome. We were just talking about scarves earlier. I normally crochet a lot of winter related things. For the bulk of the amount of time that I've known how to crochet, and even when I took a break from it and came back in like 2022, I like got back into crochet like heavy again, and I pretty much always just made winter related stuff. I'm originally from a state that is cold frequently. So it was always like, I was always making my mom like matching hat and scarf sets. I always had new scarves. I was always experimenting with like ear warmers and stuff. And then even when I moved to like a slightly warmer state, I still always found myself like making a lot of like winter related stuff. But, well, one, I just kind of got tired of it. I wanted to experiment with more things. And, at some point, I want to live somewhere where it's even warmer all the time. So I might as well get into the habit of crocheting more warm weather stuff. One that I can wear, so I can actually like wear the stuff. I don't want to sit back and like keep making myself sweaters and then move somewhere that's hot and I can't wear the sweaters anymore. So I want to start making stuff that I can actually wear in the warm weather, and then also stuff that I can maybe even sell, whether it be at vendor markets, if I choose to get back into doing in-person vendor markets. I'm not sure about that yet. I'm not sure if that's like a business goal of mine, if I want to go that direction. Or if I just want to like sell the written pattern and do more video tutorials like that for warm weather wearables. Okay, I gotta make sure I actually like remember how to make this thing. I'm constantly second guessing myself on if I actually remember the pattern that I wrote. Okay, I'm actually getting into the mesh stitch now, so I should be on a roll. If my fingers don't freeze off, oh my god. Oh my gosh, my brain literally just stopped because I had to count. This is a test of my multitasking skills. Like, how many times can I count to 5 but still hold a conversation? I'm not gonna do it well. It's a fair warning. Yeah, the reason why I'm struggling to talk and crochet at the same time, for the diamond mesh stitch, I am doing chain 5, skip 3, and then single crochet into the 4th stitch, and then just repeating that over and over again. So this is really just me trying to talk and count to 5 while chaining the 5, but then also count to 4 so I don't single crochet into the wrong stitch. So honestly, if this gets too hard to count and talk at the same time, I will just switch to something else. Thank you. It shouldn't take me too long to do this part of it. Especially because with every row of the mesh that I do, like every row of the chain 5 that I do, it's going to decrease by another scallop, shell, diamond, whatever you want to refer to it as. But with every row, it's going to decrease more and more and more. And that's how it's going to work its way down to a point where I only have one diamond slash scallop down at the end. So I'm currently working my way through this initial row that's right up against the bottom of the bra cups. I saw someone else joined. Hello, welcome. We're hanging out and testing out a new pattern that I plan on releasing soon. You also came in when I'm trying to count and crochet at the same time, or count and talk at the same time. I'm so cold. I'm probably about to put this blanket over my lap. Honestly, I wish this sweater was a little warmer. Someone had mentioned earlier that it looked really warm, and it's not. I mean, it's not on purpose. I made it so that it wouldn't be like a super, super warm sweater. That's why you can see through it so much. Like, I did it on purpose so I wouldn't get like overheated when I'm sitting in the office at work. But like, now that I'm sitting in an office where like, wow, I really wish this sweater was keeping me warm like sweaters do, and it does not. Bye. Bye. Please subscribe and hang out with me again. I'm going to go live probably multiple times this week because I have a lot of free time. So I hope to see you again. Bye. If anyone cares, I just made it to the end of this row and I absolutely miscounted. I absolutely miscounted when I was going across the bottom of these bra cups, but it's okay. It's all working out. It actually makes the diamond stitch a perfect multiple of 5, I think. Bye. I had fun chatting with you. Okay, how do I want to do this? I'm trying to remember. I really just made up these decreases on the first one that I made. Yes, we can see the finished top again. So this is what we're working on. My newest pattern for a crochet top that I am pattern drafting at the moment. I still haven't decided yet if I'm going to release a written pattern for it first, or if I'm just going to jump straight to a video tutorial. I do make written patterns. I do sell some written patterns on my Etsy, but honestly, I feel like I can get the information out to you all a lot faster if I just make the video tutorial, because if I were to write the pattern, I would want it to be as like beginner friendly as possible. And sometimes my brain just doesn't want to sit down and write out all the words. And also for I think my most recent pattern that I released, it was for a crochet bikini top. I actually stopped and took photos of every single step, and I think that made the pattern a lot more beginner friendly and a lot more user friendly. So if I release another written pattern for this top, I would want to put the same amount of effort in and stop and take a picture at every single step, and I don't know if I feel like doing that yet. Okay, I was counting again. Lost a brain cell while I was counting to 5. We're back, guys. Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm fine. I can count to 5. At least now that I'm on like the second row and beyond, I don't have to worry about crocheting into the 4th stitch, so I don't have to count to 5 and count to 4 every single time. I can just make my chain of 5 and go ahead into the next available gap to work on this diamond mesh. I feel like there's some new people that joined. The number changed. If you're in here and you haven't said hello yet, please say hi. I'd love to say hi to you. Please also like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Gosh, my fingers are so cold. Next time I go live, I'm gonna figure out my setup so that I can have my space heater on and still talk to you all without you hearing it, because my space heater is really loud. So I don't want to bother you all with that. So I just need to figure out the microphone situation. I was going to use my AirPods, but then they were acting up. But that's because they keep trying to connect to my iPad, then they connect to my phone, and it was a mess. So, I'm just gonna sit here and be cold for the sake of not burning you all with the sound of this space heater. Oh no, you'd be able to hear it. I started the stream with the space heater on, and I turned on the stream on my other device to make sure I could make sure the audio was okay. All you heard was that heater, so that's not gonna work. It was very loud, but it's fine. I will survive. My brain keeps stopping at the end of the row, like I don't know what I'm doing. Because I don't. Also, my yarn keeps splitting, which is not enjoyable that this keeps happening. Yes, it is quite cold. That cold emoji is my thumb at the moment. We had a good flow of people earlier. How long have I been on? It's about 30 minutes. It's like 9:30. I don't know. It's technically like a school night. It's technically a work night. People might have to go to sleep, but like also who's going to bed? No one's going to bed. I can't count. I got finally. I can't count to 5. My phone. There we go. Fell into silence again because I'm trying to count. Okay. Anywho, I don't have too many more rows left of this. I'm only 35 minutes in. I might as well hang around a little longer, see how much more of this I can get finished, and see how many other late night people are scrolling through the feed and want to hang out with us. hands literally don't work. Let's see, what else do I have in the works? Okay, in the works, that has not been released yet, I did work on a new pattern for crochet hair bows. I finished up the pattern early last week and I made multiple samples because it'll be a tutorial on how to make 4 different styles of hair bow. 4 different styles. It's 2 different sizes, and then each size there's going to be 2 different styles. I wanted to make up some more samples though because I want to have a segment of the video where I go over different like variations, like attaching it to a hair clip, attaching it to a hair tie, stuff like that, or even how to turn it into a keychain because I do have some keychain hardware and like jewelry making hardware sitting around that I could connect it to. So that'll come at some point. It will absolutely be out before Valentine's Day. I just don't know for certain when I'm going to record and drop that video. I saw we had a new person join. Please say hello. Happy to say hi to everyone. And then pop a like on the video as well. But yeah, I have the crochet hair bows. Well, I guess you can call them hair bows. You can put them on whatever you want. I just keep referring to them as hair bows. But I do have the crochet hair bows tutorial in the works. And I'm so excited about this crop top pattern and tutorial that I'm working on that I want to jump right in with like summertime patterns and summertime wearables. And no one's saying that I can't. I just know that there's people out there on the internet who want to see like Valentine's Day and some cutesy content and some cutesy tutorials leading up to the 14th. So I won't let myself make the tutorial or the pattern for this crop top until I get through like the actual other Valentine's Day related tutorial that I've made. Because the roses are out. Check out the crochet rose tutorial if you have not yet already. Check out the rose tutorial if you have not yet already. Actually, I can go ahead and drop it in the chat if anyone is interested. I was gonna drop it in the chat. Just kidding. Oh, there we go. I gotta actually copy the link for you guys. If anyone's interested in making crochet roses. Oh, thank you. Thank you for dropping that. I was fighting for my life at it for a second. Perfect. Thank you, thank you. These are the growing pains of being new to content creation and being a YouTuber, is managing this stream but still wanting to feel like a channel, you know? I just need to set up some ways to make it easier for myself and my moderator when she's here, so that these links can be grabbed a little faster if it's something that I just like happen to mention for you all. Finally starting to make some progress on this top. Oh my goodness, I might actually finish this within the hour of the stream. I'm getting somewhere. I've also figured out my muscle memory has finally kicked in, where I can make these chains of 5 without actually stopping to count to 5 every single time. See, someone else new, I think someone else new joined. Sometimes with a little bit of a delay. Hello, hello. Welcome. Drop a like and say hello. Let me know if you are a fellow fiber artist. If you're working on anything tonight. Oof. Can't see. I was going on a good tangent for a second. What was I talking about? I won't let myself release this pattern. I won't let myself record and release the pattern for the top that I'm working on until I post my other Valentine's related video. So that will be coming soon. I need to check my work because I be talking and I have no idea if this top is even going in the right direction. Okay, it looks like it is. It looks like it is. It looks like I have not decreased too many diamonds yet. Progress check. Progress check. This is how far I've made it down the torso. There's really not much left. With each row that I do, it decreases by another scallop. So with each row that I do, it's just going by faster and faster and faster. As a reminder, this is what I'm working on for anyone passing through. I'm doing some pattern, I guess you can call it pattern testing. My pattern that I just made for that top. I have been enjoying my experience live streaming for the first time, twice, the first 2 times today. I definitely like this setup better. Hello, I see somebody joined. Welcome. We're just hanging out and crocheting. I was saying how I've been enjoying live streaming. Today is the first day that I've tried this out. This is only my second live stream ever, but I'm really enjoying myself. Getting a feel for what time of day you all like to hang out. I've been having really fun conversations with people. If you want to say hello, please do. I'm happy to chat. If you are also a fiber artist, let me know in the chat. Or if you're just crafty at all, what type of crafts are you into? Even if you're not a crochet or knit person, if you are into doing crafty hands-on things, what do you like to do? Oh my gosh, guys, I've had a sneeze coming for a while and gosh, it's like my nose is on fire. I'm going through it up here. You used to sew? That's awesome. I tried to get into sewing last winter. I got a sewing machine and everything, really thought it was going to be my new personality. It was not. That doesn't mean I'm never going to sew again. That's not what that means. That just means that I'm not going to be sewing nearly as much as I had convinced myself that I would. But yeah, I'm happy you used to sew. I always encourage getting back into it, having a hobby, whatever that may be, even if it's not a crafty hobby. I thought it was going to be my personality. Don't laugh at me. If anyone else in the chat, what crafts do you like to do? I should drop a poll. I should drop a poll for you all to see who's into the crafty arts. And every time I look down at this, I swear I messed up. Something's just not feeling right. No, I guess I'm doing fine. Alright, well, I counted most of the way down, double checking my work, and it looks like I haven't messed up. I just convinced myself that I have. Hi! Yes, I did. I made this sweater. The question is if I made the shirt that I'm wearing, and yes. The answer is yes. Excuse me. I made this sweater probably exactly a year ago. I made it in January of 2025. Last year I had set this goal for myself to like make a sweater right away when the year started. The goal didn't really go anywhere from there. It's not like I had this goal of making a sweater every month. I just had a goal specifically to make a sweater that month, and I did. I think I hunkered down and made this in maybe 4 days. I know there's a post on my Instagram where I go into some of the stats of like, I think I totaled up exactly how many hours I spent on it. I know the yarn that I used. The yarn was Big Twist Value. Rest in peace, Joanne Fabrics. This was Big Twist Value. I used 4 different colors. and I used a 9mm hook with all double crochets. So that's why it has this nice see-through kind of airy, I'm stuck, see-through kind of airy texture, which makes it nice and breathable. So it's great in like the beginning of the spring when the fall is around, but it's not actually a winter sweater. If I want it to be warm, I'd have to wear like a long sleeve shirt underneath it. The air is quite literally traveling through it. Quite literally. Why? What are the sleeves aerodynamic? Flappy arms. Honestly, well, they defy gravity. I won't fly, but honestly, the wings are so flappy, so to speak, that I have to roll my sleeves up to do everything. I also have like dramatically short arms for the size of person I am. So like the sleeves I have them rolled up at the moment because every time I eat, every time I touch anything, I just keep dipping my sweaters in food. But you know what? Honestly, this is just product testing because I've washed these and they wash up fine. Oof. My thumbs, guys, my thumbs are frozen. 3, 4. And I almost forgot how to count to 5 again. I almost forgot how to count to 5 again. I'm really learning something while making another one of this top, which is that the type of yarn that I am using is absolutely impacting how this top is coming out, which is something that I'm going to have to note because, let me do this single crochet real quick. Hello for anyone that is passing through. Like the V coming down, it just looks dramatically narrow. It just looks dramatically narrow, even compared to what the top is supposed to look like. Like, I'm not convinced. I'm using the same hook and the same pattern. I'm not convinced that she's working up the same size. Oh no. This is not at all the same size. I mean, honestly, I might just be bad at counting and I'm accidentally making a size extra small instead of a small. There's nothing wrong with the top. And I keep counting the scallops to make sure I'm doing it right. It just looks so small. So when I'm done, I'm going to have to count all of the stitches and see if I accidentally made an extra small or if the type of yarn that I'm using is that dramatically different from the last yarn that I used. Because that's not good. That's no bueno. If the type of yarn makes it a whole size smaller. I love how my watch told me that my exercise ring is closed. I didn't do nothing today but sit here. It's like back when Fitbits used to be like really popular when people first started caring about counting their steps. How you could just like take the Fitbit and sit on the sofa and shake it a few times and it's like, wow, you did 20 steps. I feel like that's what my watch is going through while I'm crocheting. I feel like Apple devices are smarter than that, but like that's what it seems like realistically. All right, I'm coming up on an hour. I've been here for 56 minutes. I wanted to just go ahead 3, 4, and finish this, or at least finish the torso of this top on the stream. I'm definitely not going to finish the whole top on the stream, so I'll probably just save the last step, which is the trim around the edges and the straps, because they don't take a long time. It's just tedious. No one wants to sit here and watch me count to 140 while I'm trying to chain for the straps. So honestly, I might not do that on camera at all. Highly doubt anybody wants to see that. So maybe I will just finish this top off camera. We'll finish like the straps and the trim off camera, and then next time I hop on live, I can put it on the mannequin and really see what's up with why this is somehow coming out as a size extra small. We'll see. But I only have, I think, 2 more scallops left to do, and then I'll be done. Yep, I only have one more scallop left to do. Well, let's see if I can count, because last time when I thought I had got to this point, I did not. I had miscounted. Okay. All right, I am done the torso. I'm looking around like crazy. I forgot where I sat my scissors. Okay. Well, we're like perfectly approaching the 1 hour mark. And I have completed the torso. It doesn't look like much at the moment, but it'll come together once I add the tie straps that will crisscross on the back, and then adding the trim with the picos around the mesh gives it a lot more structure so that it doesn't look so floppy, especially because this is a much softer quality of yarn, which may be causing the issue that I'm dealing with right now. But we'll see if it comes together, if it looks like the final product. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I had a lot of fun chatting with you all today. It was good conversation. I will absolutely be hopping on live again this week. I don't know what day. I don't want to promise anything. But I will definitely be hopping on live again this week. And when I do, this top right here will be finished. It will be a completed crop top, and it will be tried on to the mannequin. And I will be working on a new project that I'll be able to share with you all. I hope you all have a good night. I had fun. Bye.